Good morning, everyone. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me in the screen? Awesome. And if you could turn on your camera for me, that would be great as well. It just allows me to see you guys during class, see what's happening, actually be able to speak to your bodies as we practice. My name's Chelsea. I'll be leading you through your practice. I'm really excited to be with you for the next 60 minutes. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and make our way to your hands and your knees and come into child's pose. Bring your knees out wide towards the edges of your mat. Sink your hips to your heels. I'm going to take a deep breath in, stretch your fingertips to the front of your mat. And press through the knuckles of your hands, your fingers. Spread your fingers, your toes apart wide. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth, let out a sigh. And take 5 more breaths here. Notice the quality of your breath here, what it's like this morning. And drawing out your breath, inhaling for as long as possible, exhaling till there's no air left. And pull your shoulder blades into your spine. And take one more deep breath in. Fill your lungs to capacity. Open up your mouth, sigh the air. Ha. Press up to your hands and your knees, tabletop. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, knees underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in, look up to the sky, press your belly down towards your mat. On your exhale, curl up just like a cat, arch your back, pull your chin towards your chest. Inhale, look up, press your belly down. Exhale, curl. Do that one more time. Press your belly down, nice deep belly stretch. Draw your shoulder blades towards your spine. Exhale, curl as much as you can. And come to a flat back. Extend your right arm to the front of your mat. Now reach your right hand forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. Extend your left leg towards the back of your mat. Press through your left heel and dial all 5 of your left toes down towards the floor. Square your hips to the earth. Good, pull everything in towards your center line, your spine, total body integration here. And breathe in. And on your exhale, draw your elbow to your knee, crunch into center line. And extend out. And inhale, extend in, elbow to knee, and reach out, keep going. I'm being really intentional here and bringing some direction, some focus to each movement, to each breath. Engage your core Uddiyana Bandha. Pull the pit of your belly in and up towards your spine. We'll go for 5 more. 4, 3, Brittany and everyone really hug in. Your exhale, extend out. 1 more. And bring your hand, your knee to your mat. Inhale, look up, press your belly down, cow pose. Exhale, curl. Deep breath in, look up, press your belly down, cow pose. Curl for cat. And do that one more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl up. Come to a flat back, neutral spine. And switch sides, extend your left arm to the front of your mat. Right leg to the back of your mat. Spark your toes, your fingertips. Take a breath. Exhale, draw in, elbow to your knee. Extend out. And keep going, elbow to your knee, hug in as much as you can. Exhale, really press out from your center line. Keep going. Breathe, Ujjayi breath. And set your gaze down at your mat. Line the back of your neck up with the rest of your spine. We'll go for 5 more. 4, deepen your breath. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands, your knee back to your mat. Scoot your knees back a few inches. Walk your hands forward a few inches. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips to the sky. Set your gaze between your feet. Find your drishti. Pull your toes up from the earth as you press your heels down towards the floor. You should feel a little stretch happening in the back of your calf muscles if you're really pressing your heels down towards the floor. And if your heels already touch the floor, that's your indicator to take your down dog a little wider. Keep walking your hands and your feet further apart. On creating an upside down V shape with your body, your tailbone's that point. Shift your weight out of your wrists into your legs. Breathe in. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, go ha, lion's breath. Step your feet to your hands, ragdoll. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Catch opposite elbows. Good, Jamie and everyone, bend your knees even more. Soften your joints, reach the crown of your head towards your mat. Shake your head loose, shake it yes, no, yes again. I like those very first 3 poses of our practice: child's pose, down dog, ragdoll. Like very specific while they're at the beginning of our practice. They're relaxing, something that signals to our nervous system to relax. Also, bringing our attention, our focus inward, giving us direction. Take 3 more breaths here. Any variation you want, maybe you interlace your hands behind your back or interlace your hands behind your calves. And fill the entire space, like wherever you're at. Like imagine just it being one big set of lungs. You're just filling the space with your breath. And 1 more, inhale. Exhale, bring your fingertips to your mat. Toe heel your feet together, big toes touch. And create a little space between your heels, a little V shape at the back of your heels. Lift halfway, flatten out your back. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Yeah, so maybe you bring your hands to your shins to get your back a little flatter here. That's perfectly acceptable. Bow forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Pull your outer shins in, flatten out your back. And reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. Tailbone to the back of your mat. Fill your lungs up. Empty completely. Come all the way up to standing. Extended mountain pose. Reach your fingertips to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're at. Root down into your foundation, your feet. Lift your toes up from the earth. And reach your arms up, lengthen through the sides of your body. Inhale, reach up and back, go for a back bend. Place your hands at your heart center. Set your gaze out over your fingertips. We'll begin practice with 1 Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale, extended mountain, rise up. Forward fold. Deep breath in, lift halfway. Step your feet to the back of your mat, high plank. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. If you need to, drop your knees. It's an awesome way to take high plank. hug, skin to muscle to bone. Really draw everything into the bone. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Take a breath. Draw your upper arm bones to the back of your mat. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, empty out. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. Rise halfway. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Reach to the sky. Bow forward. Lift halfway. High plank. Set your gaze between your hands. And squeeze your leg muscles. Hug into center line. Take a couple more breaths here. Yeah, and so you be here in this pose, like present in this pose, not in the next pose. I promise you, low push-up will come soon enough. And just be where you are right now. Take a full breath in. Bend your elbows, come forward and down, low plank. Upward facing dog. Pull your outer shins in towards one another. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Empty out. Make your way to the top of your mat. Lift halfway. Fold. Extended mountain, one breath, rise up. Uttanasana, fold. Lift halfway. High to low plank. Upward facing, stay with your breath, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Jump to the top of your mat. Half rise. Fold, extended mountain, one breath, forward fold. Lift halfway, chaturanga, low push-up, up dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, go again, float to the top of your mat. Half rise, fold, extended mountain, bow. Flatten out your back, lift halfway. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Leap forward. Half rise. Fold, extended mountain, fill your lungs. Take a bow. Half rise, jump back, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more, sun A, move to the top of your mat. Half rise, fold, ground down, rise up, extended mountain, bow, lift halfway, walk or jump back, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. In your down dog or maybe child's pose, always available to you. You move through your practice. Yeah, so part of presence is listening to your body versus like being in expectation or where you think your practice should be this morning. And I invite you just to be present to what you actually need this morning. 2 more breaths. Set your gaze one point on your mat. Inhale. Exhale, empty. Bend your knees, lift your heels. Light as a feather, land your feet between your hands. Half rise. Fold. Uttanasana, bend your knees, reach your fingertips up to the sky. And sit back into your chair. And this is always a pose for me, like pretty quickly I get present to like the sensations happening in my legs. But what's beautiful about that is there's opportunity here as well, an opportunity to be curious about that sensation, to explore where and what you can create in this pose. Now lower your hips down more. Keep a neutral pelvis. Yeah, Maddie and everyone, tuck your tailbone. Lift your pelvis up. Full breath in. Sink a little deeper into this. Yeah, and I dare you to smile while you're in Uttanasana here this morning. Take one more breath. Forward fold. half rise, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot to your right hand, warrior one. Spin your back foot flat, reach your arms to the sky. And build this pose from the ground up. Press down into the four corners of your feet. Get real intentional in your practice this morning. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Pull your upper arm bones back by your ears. And stay and breathe. And bring your front thigh parallel to your mat. So notice if your right hip is in line with your front knee. And if not, walk your foot forward a little bit more. 3 more breaths. You've got this. Stay with it. Each breath, sink a little deeper into it. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left hand. Warrior one. And press into the knife edge of your back foot. Reach up to the sky, the ceiling, wherever you're at here. And press your inner ankles back, your outer ankles down. Lift the inner arches of your feet up towards the sky. And come forward in your front leg. Like what can you create? Like what opportunity is here for you in your warrior one this morning? And take 3 more breaths. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Press your left hip back, your right hip forward. Cindy and everyone. A full breath in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Great work. Fill your lungs up. Open your mouth. Maybe a sigh here if that feels good this morning. Look forward. Jump to the top of your mat. Half rise. Fold, Utkatasana. Sit your hips low, reach your hands high. Bring the palms of your hands in to face one another. Shift your weight back into your heels. Press to the center of your heels. Pull your toes up from the earth. Create awakening in your body. Sink your hips down a little more. Good, yeah, Kaylee and everyone, into this, your fullest expression. Pull your knees back behind your toes. 1 more breath, you can do this. Stay for the exhale, bow forward. Half rise. Walk or jump back, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right hand, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Your right hand to the front of your mat, your left hand to the back of your mat. Deepen your breath, Ujjayi breath here. Should be audible. And sit a little lower into this. Everyone walk your right foot up, like 2 feet more here. Get into your strong legs. So squeeze your quadriceps, your thighs. And flip your right palm up. Reach back, reverse your warrior, look back as you go back, and windmill your arms to the floor, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Bring your left foot to your left hand. Rise up. Warrior two. Tuck your tailbone, lift your pelvis up towards your belly button. Breathe. And take your left knee out towards your left pinky toe. Mindful that your front knee doesn't collapse the center of your mat here. Lift your left palm up, reach back, reverse your warrior. Breathe, look to the back of your mat. Lunge forward, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, walk or jump forward. Half rise, fold, Utkatasana. Fill your lungs, reach up, lift your chest up, bow forward, half rise, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one, take a big step forward, inhale, reach up, warrior two, reverse your warrior, your front thigh right where it is, reach back, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Big breath in. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Go again, float to the top of your mat. Half rise. Fold. Utkatasana. Bow. Half rise. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Stay with your breath. Move at your pace. Right side, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. You've got this. Breathe. Go back. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Big breath in. Reach up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Go back further than ever before. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Empty out. One more sun B. Move to the top of your mat. Half rise. Fold. Utkatasana. Uttanasana. Fold. Half rise. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one. On warrior two, reverse your warrior. Yeah, great, everyone's listening, like present this morning. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, warrior one. Warrior two, reverse. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing, downward facing dog. 5 breaths in your down dog or maybe a child's pose. And wherever you choose to be though, truly be there. Like it's easy to be in child's pose or down dog, but like, are you really there while you're in the pose? Or are you in thoughts and to-do lists? And it's okay if your mind wanders off, like there's no judgment there. But I invite you to begin again. Begin again as many times as you need to in your practice this morning. Take a breath in. And let it go. Ha. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg to the sky. And just lift your leg. Don't bend your knee yet. Again, like be here in the pose. Draw your left heel down towards the back of your mat. Draw your right heel up. Lift your right heel, your right leg as high as you can. Option to drop your knee to the floor here. And take a full breath in. Exhale, step your right foot through your hands. Crescent lunge. I'll reach up to the sky. Deep breaths in and out of your nose. And press off your back foot. Warrior three. Reach your arms to the front of your mat. Option to bring your hands to heart center. Roll all 5 of your toes down towards your mat. Square your hips. Deepen your breath here. Lift your chest up higher than your hips. Stacey and everyone, lift your chest a little higher. Upper arm bones by your ears. Crescent lunge, come back. Both of your feet face 12 o'clock. Hands to your heart center. And twist to your right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Set your gaze at one point above you. I'm gonna reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in and open up. I'm gonna bring your left hand to your mat, or if you have a block or a prop, feel free to use that. Gaze to your top thumb. Maybe you stay here, maybe you go for a half a bind, bring your top hand to your lower back. Full bind, try interlacing your hands under your front thigh. Breathe. Mike and everyone, straighten your back leg. Press the back of your left thigh up towards the sky. Full breath in, lift your chest, expand from the inside out. Warrior two. Spin your back foot flat. Walk your front foot forward. Notice if your front thigh is parallel to your mat, and if not, bring your front thigh parallel to your mat. Like why not? Like why hold out on yourself, like what's possible for you in your practice this morning? And take 5 breaths here. Gaze to your front middle finger. Each breath, sink into your front leg. Bring your front knee over your front ankle. 2 more breaths. You can take 2 more breaths. You've got this. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Reach your right palm to the back of your mat. Extended side angle. Bring your right fingertips to your mat or your block. Reach your left hand up towards the sky, the ceiling. Stay here. Maybe you take a half a bind, a full bind, maybe bird of paradise is in your practice this morning. Go for 5 breaths. Press your chest up towards the ceiling. Breathe, set your gaze. The 2 quickest ways to get present in your practice, your breath and your gaze. You've got 2 more breaths here. Lift your chest, pull your shoulder blades to your spine. Look down, Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, let out a sigh. Feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Dial all 5 of your left toes to the floor. Now listen for the quality of your breath, checking back in with your breath. And press your right heel to the back of your mat. Lift your left heel up higher and step your left foot between your hands, Crescent Lunge. Bring both of your feet to 12 o'clock and reach up to the ceiling. And set your gaze up between your fingertips. And from your skin to your muscle to your bone, hug in, press off your back foot, warrior 3. Reach your arms to the front of your mat. Set your gaze down 2 inches in front of you. Reach forward. Lift your arms here. Don't let your arms get sleepy. Lift your back leg, like vitality. Ignite from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Take a full breath in and plant your back foot, Crescent Lunge. Hands to your heart center. Twist to your left. With your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Press your chest off of your front thigh. Mindful you're not collapsing onto your front thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open. Bring your right hand down to your mat or prop. Reach your left hand up to the sky. Set your gaze to your top thumb. Unless this hurts your neck, it's straining your neck, take your gaze up. Press the back of your thigh up. And go to your fullest expression, half a bind or maybe a full bind if you took it on the other side. And commit right now, 5 more breaths. If you can take 5 breaths here, you can take 5 breaths anywhere you need to in your life. This is just practice for when you're off your mat. 2 more breaths, you've got it. Pull into your center line, muscle to bone, warrior 2. Spin your back foot flat. Reach your left hand forward, your right hand back. And Brittany and everyone, bringing your front knee over your front ankle and front thigh parallel to your mat. A few more breaths. That moment that you want out, I invite you, stay, take another breath in. Right? Trust that you're strong enough, you're capable enough. You are. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink into this. One more. And flip your left palm up, reach back, reverse. Extended side angle. Bring your left fingertips to your mat or a block. Reach your right hand to the sky. Half a bind, full bind, bird of paradise. Go for it. 5 breaths. Press down into the 4 corners of your feet. Wherever you choose to be, whatever variation you choose to take. Foundation first. Now your breath is part of that foundation too. Your gaze. Lift your chest. Pull your top lung back. One more. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Empty it out. Ha. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, let out a sigh. And step your right foot forward, warrior 1. And press off your back foot, airplane. And bring your arms by your side, palms of your hands face down. And set your gaze 2 inches in front of you. Now lift your back leg. And breathe. And from here, you're going to bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to bend your back knee, crunch in. So crunching in, and then extending back out, airplane. Got this. We'll do that again. If you want to look up here for a second so you can see what's happening, I'll switch legs so you can see. Hands to your heart center. You're going to crunch in, line your knees up to one another, and you're going to press back out, airplane. Keep doing that. Hands to heart center, knee in, line it up with your other knee, and then press out. Press down to express out. And we'll go for 10 more. 10 more with your breath. I'll let you know when we reach 1. Pit of your belly, in and up, engage your core. Uddiyana Bandha, you've got 5 more. If you fall out, it's okay, you come back. 3 more. 2, 1, hold it right here in your airplane. Okay, from your airplane, go to half moon. Right hand to your mat or a prop, reach your left hand up to the sky. Maybe you bend your top knee, catch your foot for sugar cane. Or maybe you stay where you're at. But wherever you're at, breathe. And be present to whatever happens. If you're falling out, like be present to that. You just reset, you come back. If you're wobbly, if you feel strong, just notice your body, notice your breath here. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, release, ragdoll. Separate your feet about hip width distance. Grab opposite elbows. And sway here, left and right. Maybe give your head another good shake. Shake it yes, no. Yes again. Yes, because we have another side, right? And release your hands to your mat. So heel your feet together. Vinyasa through to go to Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. And step your left foot forward. Warrior 1, reach up, press off your foot, airplane. Your arms by your side. And palms of your hands face down towards the earth. And just like when you're an upward facing dog, here's the same action in your chest. You want to lift your chest towards the top of your mat. And chest is higher than your hips. Lift your back leg. Breathe. Good, Jamie and everyone, lift your back leg even higher. And same thing here. Hands to your heart center. Draw your knee in towards your chest, line it up with your other knee. And extend out, reach back, airplane. And do that again. And keep going. And soften your joints. Slight bend to your knee and your standing leg. And your jaw, soften your jaw as well. 10 more. And you move at your pace. And whatever your practice looks like this morning is perfect. 5 more. Breathe. For 3, 2, 1. Half moon. Make your way to half moon. Your left fingertips to your mat or prop. Reach your right hand up towards the sky. Gaze up towards your top thumb. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. If you want to bend your top knee, go for sugar cane on this side. If you took it on the other side, go for it. Each breath. Play with lifting your chest, expanding open, even if it means you fall out. It's okay to fall. You pick yourself back up, you come back. 2 more breaths. Everyone, take a breath in. Stay for the exhale. Release. Ragdoll. And make fists with your hands. Pat down to your thighs. Give yourself a little massage here. Release your hands to your mat. Toe heel your feet together. Extended mountain pose. Reach up. Tree. Bring your right foot above or below your left knee, just not on your left knee. You want to protect your joints. Hands at your heart center. And set your gaze out over your middle fingers. And really open your right knee towards the edge of your mat. And press down through the 4 corners of your feet. Take 3 more breaths. If you want to grow your tree or take a variation of your choice, go for it. And pull the sides of your body up towards your ears. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot to the floor. Switch sides, tree. Place your left foot above or below your right knee. Hands at your heart center. Gaze to your fingertips. Elvisa and everyone press down for the inner arch of your standing foot. 3 more breaths. If you grew your tree on the other side, feel free to go for it here. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left foot back to the floor. Sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Forward fold. Half lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, empty. Right foot to your right hand, warrior 1. Warrior 2. Interlace your hands behind your back. Humble warrior, bring your right cheek towards your right knee. Not collapsing onto your front thigh here. You want to bring your chest towards your thigh. They're not hanging out on your thigh. You want to use your feet, press your feet down into your mat and use the strength of your legs here. I'm gonna squeeze muscle to bone. Rinse your arms to the front of your mat. Hold it here for 3. Come forward in your front leg, you've got it. 2, 1, bring your hands to your mat. Step your back foot up halfway, pyramid. Square your hips to the front of your mat. And keep your left hand on your mat or a block. Reach your right hand to the sky, twisting triangle. Shift your weight back into your heels. Deepen your breath. Daniela and everyone, pull your toes up from the earth. Press down to the center of your heels. Take a deep breath in, reach to the sky. And your exhale, twist a little deeper. You've got this. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Empty out. Step your left foot to your left hand, warrior 1. Warrior 2. Interlace your hands behind your back. Humble warrior, bring your left cheek to your left knee. Guys are gonna have like the most amazing legs after all these like warriors and holding poses. Best legs in Jacksonville coming out of quarantine, right? Rinse your arms towards the front of your mat. Press your inner ankles back, your outer ankles down for 3 more breaths. Gaze at your right big toe. 2. And 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, bring your fingertips to your mat. Step your back foot up halfway, pyramid. And square your hips to the front of your mat. Left hip back. Press your right hip forward. And twisting triangle. Breathe. Reach up towards the sky. Set your gaze up towards your top thumb. If you need to bend a knee, bend your front knee, straighten your back leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Okay, and everyone reach the crown of your head to the top of your mat. 1 more breath. Look down, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, let out a sigh. And everyone bring your knees to the floor for a second. So I'm going to demo what we're going to do next. Give you an opportunity to rest while I do that. If you want to look into the camera here. We're going to start in a downward facing dog. Going to bring your legs in about hip width distance. Feet and hands at 12 o'clock. What you're going to do here is you're going to bend your knees all the way down until your knees line up with your ankles. I don't know if you can see that. Your knees are going to line up with your ankles. Then you're going to set your gaze between your hands. And from here, you're going to hop your feet to your wrists and hop back into your down dog. And you'll do the same thing before you go again. You'll line your knees up with your ankles. And then if you want to modify this, what you can do is you can step 1 foot at a time forward and back, all right? So come to your down dog. Everyone in your down dog. And bend your knees. Keep bending your knees until your knees line up with your ankles. Set your gaze forward. You set your gaze in the direction you want to go. And then hop your feet to your wrists. And hop back, down dog. Line it up again, knees with your ankles. Look forward, hop, or step, your choice, and hop back. And keep going. Engage your core, Uddiyana Bandha, pit of your belly, in and up towards your spine. Breathe. Breath is so important. Every pose, breath first. We'll say 15, 14, keep going, like give up like how many we're gonna do and just be in the practice, be present to your breath, your body. 10 more. 9, 8. If you need to set it up again before you hop forward, do that. Be mindful, intentional. 3 more. 2, 1. Everyone make your way to downward facing dog if you're not there already. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Come forward, high plank. Lower all the way onto your belly. Rest on your favorite cheek. Your arms by your side. Nothing to do here but rest. Like, notice if you want to be busy. And just listen for your breath. Listen for your heart beating. I know those are things that I tend to take for granted on a daily basis. Like how amazing my body breathes for me, my heart beats for me. I don't have to think about that. And so I invite you just to take a moment. Be with yourself, be with your body. Switch cheeks if you haven't already. And take a deep breath in. Empty it out. And bring your forehead to the center of your mat. Palms of your hands face down. Palms of your hands are down towards your mat. Arms by your side if they're not there already. Lift up, locust, salabhasana. Come all the way up. Everything but your hip bones rise up from the earth. And set your gaze 2 inches in front of you. Back of your neck in line with the rest of your spine. And take a deep breath in, lift up higher, your fullest expression. Lower your chest to the floor, come down. Wiggle your hips, take your knees back and forth if that feels good. And go again, locust. Locust pose, lift up, you've got this. Draw your inner thighs up towards the sky, pull your outer shins in. Fire your leg muscles up. Back bends come from the legs. Take another breath. Lift higher and lower down. Plant your hands by your ribcage. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Walk or jump forward. Make your way onto your back. Set up for bridge. Plant your feet flat on your mat. Walk your heels back so they graze your fingertips. Lift your hips to the sky. Everyone, press your hips up. Interlace your hands behind your back. I'm going to pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Everything hugs in towards your spine. And take a breath. Press down. Rise up. Lift higher. And bring your hips all the way to the floor. Take your knees side to side. And go again, bridge, press down, lift up. Deepen your breath. Set your gaze 1 point above you. And squeeze your leg muscles. Work this pose from your legs. Take a full breath in and lower your hips to the floor. Take your knees side to side. Wheel. Place your hands by your ears. Straighten your arms. Press up. And go. Be and wheel. If you need a bridge, take bridge, but lift up. And I invite you to go for wheel. Before you decide what you can or you can't do, just see. Go for it. Take a full breath in. Chin to chest. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. Forget who says it, but it's the quote, like, whether you can or you can't, you're right. So like, what are you deciding for yourself here? And like, where can you shift your vision? Get really present. This next wheel, go. Hands by your ears, press up. Tuck your tailbone. Lift the front of your pelvis. Lift your chest. Come all the way down. Take your knees side to side. And go again, wheel. Lift up. Before you have any time to think about this, you just go, pop right up. And be in your body, not your head. Deep breath in, chin to chest, lower down. Take your knees side to side. And 2 more. Go now. Lift up, wheel pose. Squeeze the musculature into the bone. Engage your legs. Lift your toes up from the earth. Chin to chest, come all the way down. Take your knees side to side, breathe in, breathe out. This is it, last one, calling all wheels. Lift up, you've got this. And step into your greatness, own it this morning, and release. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together, your knees fall open wide. Rest a hand on your heart, hand on your belly. And press your shoulders into your mat. And happy baby. Grab the inner, the outer edges of your feet, or maybe your big toes with your peace fingers. If you're modifying, grab your shins or the backs of your knees. And then keep your tailbone on your mat. Rock left and right. You're an extra happy baby this morning. And take a breath in. Let it go. Ha. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And if you want to sit up for a second here, I'm going to move into our next fun little exercise that we're going to do here. Moving into some stability, some core work. All right. So you're going to start on your back here. All right. You're going to take your right leg up, left leg out, arms out by your side. I'm going to lift your shoulder blades from the earth. I'm going to flex your toes towards your face. And from here, you're just going to switch back and forth. And keep your shoulder blades up off of the earth and keep going side to side. So go ahead and come into it. If you're not there already, come onto your mat. Your right leg up, your left leg down, arms by your side, and start to switch your legs back and forth. Lift your shoulder blades up from the earth. Spark your fingertips towards the back of your mat. If you want more, take your arms up over your head as you do this. Reach your arms towards the back of your mat. Press through the 4 corners of your feet. Got this. And we'll say 50. I'll count for you. Keep going. Breathe. Pit of your belly. In and up. We'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3. You've got this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Bring your knees to your chest. Great work. Hug in. Take a big breath. Open up your mouth, stick out your tongue, and go, ha. And start to rock and roll from your head to your tailbone. You get your feet up over your head. Go for it. And 3 more rocks and rolls. And make your way to down dog. Can vinyasa through one last time if you'd like. High to low, up dog, down dog, or go right to your down dog. Your choice. And take a breath in. Empty it out. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg to the sky. And bring your right knee to your right wrist, half pigeon. If you have a block or a prop, you can place it underneath your right thigh or hip. Everyone fold forward. Make your way to your form. And deepen your breath here. And Mickey and everyone, press down into the top of your back foot. And make your way off of your forearms. Reach forward. This morning I made myself some hot tea and I knew it was hot. I still took a sip and I was like, wow, I just burned my tongue. Like, it's like a shock almost that like that happened. I was just a great awareness that presence is a practice. Like, even though I might know that the tea is hot, like there has to be like a presence, like, okay, wait, let it cool down before I take a sip. Versus just like mindlessly going through whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's making tea or taking a sip of it. And so right now, like, where can you be more present? Even if it's simply just for the inhale and the exhale through your nose right now. In the moment that you drift off, you go somewhere else, like bring it back. Like, presence is a practice. Like, begin again. And take a deep breath in. Empty out. Walk your hands up by your hips. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Bring your left knee to your left wrist, half pigeon. And place prop underneath your left thigh if needed. Everyone fold forward, go to your forearms. And reach forward, make your way off of your forearms. Making your way to your fullest expression. Lisa, everyone, bring your chest towards your mat as much as you can. Square your hips to the earth. And press your right hip towards the floor. 3 more breaths here. And take a full breath in. Empty out. Walk your hands up by your hips. If you have a block underneath you, a prop, remove it. Slide your right leg around to the front of your mat. Straighten your legs out in front of you. And shake them out if it feels good. And sweep your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Bend your knees as much as you need to here so your chest can rest on your thighs. Or take struggle out of your practice this morning. And soften your joints. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Take your chest first, your head last. And do that one more time. Lift halfway. Being really present, mindful here. Chest first, head last. Fold forward. And let go of your feet. Plant your feet flat on your mat. And then come into Eastern Tabletop. Going to bring your fingertips towards your bottom or out to the edges of your mat, your choice. And press down into your feet, lift your hips up, drop your head back. I'm going to stack your knees over your ankles. Press your hips to the sky. Tuck your tailbone, lift your pelvis. And take a big breath in, ground down, press up higher, and lower all the way down onto your mat. Make your way onto your back, and set up for an inversion of your choice. Could take waterfall if you'd like something super restorative, raise your legs to the sky, or slide a block or prop underneath you and take your legs to the sky. Shoulder stand. If you've got some energy to burn off this morning, maybe headstand. If it's in your practice, handstand. But I invite you to choose a place that you're going to be left feeling rejuvenated. Pull your toes back towards your face. If you're in shoulder stand, bring your feet over your head for plow. And Stacy and everyone, press the backs of your thighs up towards the ceiling. Plow to deaf man's pose. Bring your knees to your ears. Headstand, make your way to child's pose. And deaf man's pose, back to plow. Into shoulder stand. Everyone lower your legs back onto your mat. And come onto your back, make your way into butterfly. Feet together, your knees fall open wide. And take a deep breath in. Empty it out. Do that one more time. Breathe in. Let all the air go. Savasana, straighten your legs out in front of you. Bring your arms by your side. Rest. And start to bring your awareness back into the space you're in. Deepen your breath. Bring movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And roll to your favorite side. And with your eyes closed, press yourself up to seated, facing the front of your mat. And sit up tall. Bring your hands to your heart center. And we'll seal our practice with one Om. Breathe in. Om. Bring your thumbs to the middle of your forehead. The love and the light in me honors and sees the love and the light in each of you. Together we bow. Namaste. Awesome job, everyone. Really great work this morning. You guys worked really hard. Thank you so much for the opportunity to lead you through your practice. I really enjoyed having 60 minutes to connect with you. I want to invite you. We have our Power Yoga Intro series starting up, and whether you are new to the practice or you've been practicing for a really long time, this is really going to come back to the foundation of the practice. Like, you'll learn all 53 poses, all 11 series of this practice. You'll learn modifications. You'll also learn just how each series has, like, the way that Baron Baptiste, the creator of this yoga, the style of yoga, designed the practice. Every pose is intentional. Every series is intentional. There's the flow that you experience in the practice, the space, the integration, that's all like very intentional. So if you want to learn more about that, or if maybe you know someone in your life who's been curious about yoga, this is a great opportunity. Leah, our studio owner, will be leading that series virtually. We'd love to have you join. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're always here for you. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and your week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Zooming that.
Bye, everyone.
Men are fucking idiots.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kaylee, it was so good to see you.
Good to see you, Chelsea.
Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Hey, Lisa.